Good day. I am going to present my proposed study on dramatistic methods of Thai BL based fan fiction in the Philippines. The emergence of fan fiction and alternate universe, or AU, resulted from the growth of fandoms as an offshoot of the fan culture. In addition, user and consumer generated content came in with the rise of computer technology, mass media production, and globalization of cultural items, leading to popular culture proliferation. Tracing its roots back to the Japanese yaoi, the boys' love genre, the generic term that refers to literature and drama series where the focus is on the romance of two male lead characters, referred to as BL, expanded in many outlets, not limited to literary production and television series. This study aims to look into the ingenuity and creativity of BL fan fiction writers in the Philippines and how these works manifest the author's projection and redirection of the story and her character in the development of the story as a reflection of fandom aspirations. While a definitive mechanism and standard for assessment of fan fiction quality and literariness is yet to be determined, this study aims to explore the following. What are the dramatization methods and elements used by selected Thai BL based fan fiction in the Philippines? How do authors localize and contextualize Filipino Thai BL based fan fiction? And lastly, what are the manifested aspirations found or projected in selected Thai BL based fan fiction in the Philippines? This study shall utilize completed popular AUs written by Filipino fanfic authors available on Twitter. Further, it shall utilize fan fiction that is related to the Thai BL ship or couple of Taytawan Vyokratana and New Titipum Tishapay Kun, or the TayNew couple, with parallel reference with their Pit Cow characters in Thai BL literature. We shall be using Henry Jenkins's theory of the fan and participatory culture. Jenkins argued that fans should be regarded not just as passive consumers of popular media, but as active producers of content who poach these elements from media in order to create their own stories which addresses their issues or the things that they care about. To further Jenkins's theory, we shall be using Kenneth Burke's dramatistic method. Burks analyzed content in literature in terms of the ratio of the elements. He examines how human intentions are manifested through symbolic language, as in the study of Lanier and Shaw in 2007. Here are some terms that we will be familiar with throughout this paper. AU, alternate universe, BL, boys love, fan fiction is written by fans that are both based and contribute to the metatextual elements of a focal text. Ship, or the love team, the BL couple relationship. Trope refers to common plot devices. And yaoi, or the Y series, the Japanese term where BL originated. Three related studies were chosen by this researcher. In the following are Sana Letonen's Writing Oneself into Someone Else's Story, Experiments with Identity and Speculative Writing in Twilight Fan Fiction, 2015. In this study, the author focused on how fanfic writers or authors created their avatars and inserted characters in their fan fiction to reveal themselves and their perspective about that world. Next is a doctoral dissertation by Julie J. Parrish, Inventing a Universe, Reading and Writing Internet Fan Fiction in 2007. Here, Parrish argued that fanfic writers have the ability to recreate and re envision through the different narrative styles the world from the original focal text to their own liking and to the interests of the fandoms that they serve. And lastly, the anchor of this study is the research conducted by Clinton Lanier Jr. and Hope Jensen Shaw, Culture and Co-Creation, Exploring Consumers' Aspirations and Inspirations for Writing and Posting Online Fan Fiction in 2007. In this study, they used Kenneth Burke's dramatistic method, wherein they look at the differences of the dramatistic ratio in terms of the drama elements and its combination from the original text into the different fan fictions of Harry Potter. Thus, this authenticated that the fan fictions are a reflection of the author's aspirations and inspiration, thus making it authentic that the new world that the fanfic created are genuine, but still based on the following focal text. It is good to note that these three studies offered Western literature as focal texts, since there are very few studies or there are still undergoing studies using Southeast Asian contexts of fan culture based materials. So, hopefully, this study will come into fruition by my analysis of the works found on Twitter using Kenneth Burke's dramatistic method in consonance with Jenkins's participatory culture theories. And these are my references as of this time. Thank you so much for listening, and may God bless us all.